Hello guys, welcome to the next part of the what if. I wait, what if am I doing? So this is gonna be what if Deku had a fighting quirk. Uh, it's essentially he's gonna have it at birth, and it's essentially gonna make him a master martial artist at birth. So all he has to do is like lift weights and do physical exercise, and mentally he just has to do physical and mental training to become stronger because he's already great at martial arts. And he's going to start this training at a relatively young age. So, let's get into the what if. We're going to start when Izuku was born. It's going to stay the same up until about when in preschool when Bakugo unlocks his quirk. Izuku is actually going to already have his quirk at birth, like I said, but he's never really used it, and he's never been in a fight. So, after Bakugo kind of, while Bakugo is being an angry Pomeranian, Deku is gonna just stop him from bullying a kid, like tell him to stop. Bakugo is gonna oh yeah, shitty Deku. What are you gonna do about it? And he's gonna throw a firecracker at Izuku. Because that's kind of what it was at that when he was that age. Like, it's a big firecracker. That's all he had. And and Deku is going to dodge and he's gonna put Bakuho in a armbar, and then toss him to the ground and punch him in the shoulder, kind of numbing that arm a little bit. And then he's just gonna stop and ask the kid Bakugo was bullying if he's all right. And I'm gonna say he's a bit smart and realizes earlier on that Bakugo's not really his friend, and he's just gonna leave him. He's gonna make a few other friends, and essentially, he yeah. Then we get into middle school. Then elementary school, he gets into that. Then he makes it to middle school, where we are now. He's gonna make it to. I'm gonna say that Bakugo still doesn't like him, but he can't. But he realizes that the shitty nerd is will put him on his ass every time. So fast forward a bit. Yes, I'm gonna do a lot of fast forwarding. I'm gonna fast forward to the what in canon would be the sludge villain attack. But in this, Deku isn't gonna take that route because he's not sad or depressed about anything that day, so he just doesn't take that route. All Might takes care of the sludge villain. It takes a little bit more time than it did in canon, but it gets there. And doesn't take, and then Deku still applies for UA, but no one really snickers or laughs at him about it, since they know he's pretty strong and could probably take down any of them that were at that school, or at that middle school, and possibly even people a bit older than them. Not by much, but like someone strong. He's got a strong quirk. They don't. It's the quirk itself is not. It's a pretty strong quirk. It's not flashy or anything. It's pretty subtle, and it can't. I'm gonna say it's kind of like a super intelligence quirk. How that works. So I'm gonna say it doesn't really. So I'm gonna say it doesn't really can't really be turned off because like it increases his fighting prowess to to master master levels of martial arts. So that's essentially what it brings it to. Because like drop stat, but essentially he was a really good fighter even when he was young. So, and he could whoop just about anyone at that school. And and then we're gonna go to the, and he's still gonna trip. He's not gonna trip, but he's gonna that that thing where you'll your shoe will you won't step as high as you thought you did, so your shoe will just kind of skip over the ground, and that'll just kind of whoa, and then he catches himself. That's essentially what he does because he was, but only because he wasn't paying that much attention. And essentially, and then we're gonna make. He does well on the written test because he trained mentally as well as physically. His quirk doesn't give him a good body or make him smart. It just gives him the knowledge and expertise to know how to fight. And it's kind of difficult to improve his quirk, so he just does physical and mental training. And I'd say he and Ojiro, I think, the Tailman, they're gonna get along decent. Not well, but there'll be acquaintances in this because we already know Midori is gonna pass this. He's gonna make it into Yui, and I'm gonna say that his name the name escapes me. Hold on, let me bring up 1B. Class Marine. Yeah, I'm not. The guy with the brainwashing quirk, he's gonna make it into. I'm not sure. I'm just gonna be getting rid of Mineta in this. No one likes Mineta. No one likes Mineta. But yeah, that's essentially what that's gonna come to. And he's gonna do decently well. He's not gonna do the best on the robots, but he's gonna make a decent score. And and he's also gonna be pretty aware of his surroundings as well. Like to near inhuman levels, just because of how his quirk works. And eventually it's gonna. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, why can I not? Why does all of 1B look like discount 1A? I swear, like they all just like manga Fukushia. It's literally just a better version of Mineta. Like just. Then there's just so much. Anyway, I got off track there, but it's the I think I might replace him with the brainwashing guy, Shinso. That doesn't sound. Uh, doesn't matter right now. Anyway, essentially he's gonna make it. He's not gonna make the best grade. Not gonna make the best worst. Say he get. So essentially, what it comes down to, he um he's gonna he's gonna be pretty fast in this one. So I'd say and pretty smart. So and the whole uh all the way up to the start of the robot test is pretty much the same, but just the how well he did changes. Well, you know. So and then essentially, but it's gonna be President Mike is gonna go 10, 9. There are no countdowns in a real battle, so go. And all that. Ida's gonna go, and I'd say Deku can keep decent pace. Like he's not near as fast as Ida, because like I think Ida can run the speed of a car if I remember correctly. But it's still he's still gonna be able to you know run pretty fast. Like think of it like being able to keep up with a kid on a bike. That's what I'm gonna say. Like being able to keep pace with someone that's going on a bike. That's about where I'm gonna have it. His speed at. And if you've ever just run right next to someone that's on a bike and been able to keep pace with them for like that itself may not be that impressive, but getting being equal speed is okay. But keeping that speed, that's another story, and he can do that. And then I'm gonna say that he does. I'm gonna say he gets about 40 villain points, and I'd say 30 rescue points, just from helping people out, because that's just kind of the way he is. And he's gonna make it in. Ochako is gonna get saved by one of the teachers, since none of the students can or will help her. It's mostly can't, but I don't remember I don't know who was in that testing area, so I'm just gonna say it's couldn't help her mostly. So like one of the teachers is gonna step in and get her out, and like the robot's gonna get turned off, or maybe did the button break or something? I don't know. Well, it's not important. The 0 pointer gets taken care of. Ochako is fine. She doesn't have that whole thing with the Zuku liking him. She doesn't hate him. She doesn't like him. She's indifferent at this point because she doesn't really know him. That's about where it's at right there. And it's gonna evolve, maybe, I don't know. But essentially, that's where it's at right now, their relationship. And they're gonna make, and on the first day of school, he's gonna kind of realize that Aizawa is sleeping there. And I'd say that he knows who Eraserhead is, just because he likes to take notes on heroes that use martial arts, so those kind of heroes kind of interest him. So he's going to take interest in a bunch of martial artist heroes, and he's going to know who Aizawa is. He's not going to know him like he knows some of the other ones, because he kind of likes to keep it himself on the down low, but he's going to know who he is. And that's essentially where that's going to be at. He's going to realize, because of his quirk, it kind of gives him awareness of his surroundings, I'll say. And essentially, and he doesn't do too great on the physical. He doesn't do bad. Like, he does better than Mineta, so he won't did in canon by quite a bit. Like, he's not gonna get he's not gonna get close to last place, but he's not gonna get anywhere close to first. Like, he's gonna be a bit below the middle or the average when it comes to that, just because of how his quirk works. I'd say he's about average, maybe a bit higher. And essentially, let's see. I think that's where I'm gonna leave this video off. Look for part 2 of what if Deku had a fighting quirk, I guess I'm gonna call this one. Whoop. See you guys later.